Grade 6, Subject Science, Chapter 5, Separation of Substances, Module 2. Objectives of this class. At the end of the session, you will be able to acquire knowledge about some more methods of separation like winnowing, sieving, sedimentation and decantation. Dear children, do you remember what we studied in our last class? Yes, we studied about two methods of separation, hand picking and threshing. Today we are going to study some more interesting methods to separate mixtures. Let's move. Please watch the picture. It is something related to the follow-up activity of last class. I had told you to find out the best method to separate a mixture of sand and dry leaves. Here is the best method. Its name is winnowing. In the picture you can see that a woman standing on a raised platform and tilting the mixture. Then because of the wind or air, what happens? The lighter particles will fall apart and the heavier particles will fall near to her. It's the best method to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind or by blowing air. We call it winnowing. It is commonly used by farmers to separate lighter husk particles from heavier seeds of grain. And the husks of the grain are very useful to use as fodder for cattle. Another method for separation is sieving. From the picture, you can easily understand it, right? Our mothers are doing it in the kitchen all time whenever they are making a dish with the flour. It is used when components of a mixture have different sizes. For example, to remove impurities from flour. Sieving allows the fine flour particles to pass through the holes of the sieve while the bigger impurities remain on the sieve. We can see these sieves are also used at construction sites to separate pebbles and stones from sand. Now let us move to the next method, sedimentation and decantation. Suppose we are making a mixture of muddy water. What happens after keeping it for some time? Yes, the mud will settle down and we will get the clear water in the upper layer. When the heavier component in a mixture settles after water is added to it, the process is called sedimentation. We have studied this in our 5th standard. Example, settling of mud in a mixture of soil and water. And when the water is removed along with the dust, it is called decantation. You might have seen your mothers when they wash the rice or pulses etc. They do this decantation. They will remove the water after washing which contains dirt or dust. The same process is called decantation. We use this sedimentation and decantation to separate insoluble substances. That substances that does not dissolve in water. Okay. And decantation can also be used to separate a mixture of two liquids that do not mix with each other. That is insoluble mixture of two liquids. Example, separation of a mixture of oil and water. If we allow this mixture to stand for some time, they form two separate layers as in the picture. The component that forms the top layer can be separated by decantation. Hope you understood. Let us watch a small video regarding this. Separation of insoluble substances from water, sedimentation and decantation. Okay, we are making a mixture of mud with the clear water. Sedimentation is the process of separation of insoluble solids from liquids when the solids are heavier than the liquid. Just watch what is happening. We are making the muddy water. If we allow such a mixture to stand for some time, the solids tend to settle down. Let us watch. The liquid forms a clear layer at the top and we can see the mud at the bottom. If we remove the top layer without disturbing the settled solids, we can separate the liquid from the solids. The process of settling of heavy solids at the bottom is called sedimentation. We already seen. The removal of the clear layer of liquid without disturbing the settled solids is called decantation. So we will get the pure water aside and mud in the other tumbler. Right? This process is called decantation. That's all for today. Let us wind up the class. Before winding up, let us look at the follow-up activity for today. Find out the method to prepare paneer from milk. We all like to eat paneer masala, butter masala, paneer chana masala, right? So, please ask your mothers how they are preparing paneer from milk. And let us use that knowledge to move to the next class. Okay, so understand it and come next day. Thank you. Have a nice day.